However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence. One more. This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence, they'll turn your hypothesis into fact. Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire, I believe that it is right here in this very room. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. It's either... what? The crossbow? Like, that's what shot the arrow? Like... it's either the crossbow or the fan. Let's try the crossbow first. Circular belt method was made possible thanks to this part of the room. Do you mean impossible, Mrs. Prosecutor? Okay, yeah, it's the fucking fan. Okay. Even with the most precarious situation here agrees with you. I am a Von Carmen, as I have a name to uphold. Look, okay, I don't fucking... shut up. Shut the fuck up. Just go ahead, do all that good old stuff. Need to take another good look at the room. There's something possible. Yeah, it would be the fucking fan.
Take that.
Huh, looks like you dropped another bomb on us again. The last piece to the trick. There are two pulleys. Precisely. The ceiling fan double is pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fan's made for the perfect pulley system for the wire to run on. That must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You're just yanking my fucking dick around. You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Albahestian and Babalisian offices, and that the passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. Why are you so hesitant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? You can't say who it is. Why don't you present something like you always do? The single point of the finger here in this case will explode an international instant. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. I am getting the fucking FBI on this. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to the mysterious mastermind is. This videotape.
Take that.
And this is it. What is my real dessert? How long do you tend to keep it from me? That piece of evidence isn't satisfying at all. What? Oh, god damn it. Stop being so picky with your... son of a bitch. The person who can... Or is it really just Manny on the ground? But he's not the mastermind. Boy. Piece of evidence. Fuck. I don't know. Like, all I'm thinking of, like, it's Alba, obviously, but like I guess this. I guess you have to know who it is. But it's on the video. The smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had time to grow so big. And Miss Von Comma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited the room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Alba Quercus? He knows. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I'm sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all the stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing, huh? The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we'll finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. No, not that one. The other one. This thingy. He was trying to get rid of this thing.
Take that!
I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Prima Duck statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. Exactly. And who better to ask for that reason than King Prima Ducks himself? I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now with or without your permission. Well, we know it's fake. Or no, it is the real one. Never mind. Zoom, enhance, zoom. Anything underneath besides the handprint? I don't see anything. So can I examine on here? The head and the sword? With his sword drawn like that, there's an aura of valor and bravery around King Prima Ducks. He looks so cool standing like that with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool poses with a shuriken or something. I'm seriously beginning to think that our real goal in life is to become a ninja. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, there's anything particular odd about the sword, right? No, not really. I suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now. Shield? A shield, huh? There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it. But it's supposed to mean that the guy's protecting something. I don't think it's supposed to have that deep of a meaning behind it. In that case, what are we wasting time with this for? Let's look at other areas. His ass? Head? This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador. I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. Looks like a gap. Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret. Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from the gap in its construction. What? Hurry up and open it, Miles. Alright, here goes. Oh, okay. Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out? I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. What in the... is this? Hey, is that what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills. Well. Somehow it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replica was smuggled into Albahest to begin with. Easy peasy. Welcome to jail, bucko. The Prima Duck statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II and beat the shit out of him with it. Then, in order to frame the Steel Samurai of the murder, He covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba. Oh. You're the leader of the smuggling ring? My country is a mess because of you. It's all because of you! You're the one who killed Damask II? Answer us. I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there's one point I disagree with you on. Head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin. Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. There's one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Corcus Alba. It's no good to speak with subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but. It's the result of the logic and investigation. Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we can give such a flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you? Oh, he wasn't joking. Ah, damn. Lang, I thought better of you. It looks like you still don't get why I came back. Thank you! I knew you were smart. Excuse me. You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old ass. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through that. All of that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. You did? I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But, without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around. Well, so that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisco of the murder. Using Francisco as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. So that's what all this was about. Very well, I'll forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. I thought she was going to say something else. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you. Huh. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor. That somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic. The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right? I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him. Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you? Yeah, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. Unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Have I? Agent Lang. Well, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I'm the head of the smuggling ring. Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. I tell you, I do nothing, really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that safe. And how'd it get in here, you old fuck? I mean, he's just playing the game. You swapped the real statue that visited your country for your country, the authority to rule for a fake. Doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything. It doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense? Is he gonna do the meme that he thought like the other one was the real one? Oh god, that's gonna be cringe as fuck, dude. Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? What? Oh my god. He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. You can't pretend to be senile, you old fuck. The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man, to the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof. Now, then we can we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? It's gotta use the tape! The tape! The tape! The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. I don't care. No matter what, a prosecutor of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. I found them. Needless to say, we von Gomers are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do something so outside the courts. That's what we thought at that time. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. And I won't follow the path of the thief. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully mine hands in an illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law and what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? Well, a prosecutor is supposed to follow the law, not necessarily the truth. But that choice is one I must make by my own hand here and now. But I want fucking truth coming out. There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. I believe, one, we're not in the court of law, so we can't actually bring this stuff up. We can't use it in court, but we can use it now. And if we can get a confession, easy peasy. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, is that what it is? This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Kojin. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief. That thiefy thing. They gave you that to you? Don't talk nonsense, and let's be serious, Mr. Edward. If you have any proof that card contains directions from the ringleader, I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given. What? This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident. The card and the video, these two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Very interesting. I must admit, I'm very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented. Because he doesn't know the law. We can use that to advantage. The prey the thief has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. This dude's gonna keep doing what he's been doing. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given me. Also, there's a chance he tries to kill you, but, you know. That aside. Can I get a health boost somewhere? So, what is this interesting thing you wanted to show me? The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir. What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. I can't believe literally no one else was in the lobby and saw a dude just standing there with a fucking knife. This section that proves that the card was used to relay an order. He's holding it. As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand. I say, the killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now? Ah, but there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. The reverse side. Ah, what's that? Ah, it's dark red blood. This is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in on that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as a fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. Gumshoe? This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Cadofian government car. What? Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. Enhance! This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Cadofia. That? There's like a little pendant over there. This section will make it all clear to us. You must be very tired, Mr. Edgeworth. You continue presenting completely Wait, what the fuck's that? I'm afraid your investigation may fall apart. Perhaps it's time for you to retire. Wait. Oh my god. Alright, focus, Miles. There I should be pointing to is definitely here. What the fuck? That? I'm only doing the things I can see. Shape of this pocket and directives card in it. It tells us that without a doubt the person in this car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera, and with it we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding this car on that day. What the fuck? Oh, God! Holy fuck! You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at that time, it's going to be mighty difficult to prove. How so? The Principality of Cadofia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist. That arrogance. What he really means is he's already erased all traces of him. When you finished here, boy, the only weapon I have left for me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use again. Yes, this pendant! What the? Ambassador Alba. Yes, what is it? You were once an army man in the service of Cadofia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct? More the sudden backhanded praises, boy. Oh, to be sure, brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Cadofia. But now I'm the only one who owns this particular medal. In that case, the only person who could be sitting in the car is you. How do you figure that out? The medal captured here in this footage. It's clear that it's the same exact medal as the one on your chest. What? You dumb fuck. This is how it will be, but I won't look back. For this is the path that I have chosen. Grrr. Remove me with your motivations in this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is he talking in such an arrogant stance with me? So much looking possible, isn't it? A lot of you to have come this far. Looks like I just might lose our little game this time. You might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. If you're going to confess, then I'll accept whatever punishment may come as a result. What the? Regarding Damas, the second murder, I admitted I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified self-defense? Demas II attacked me and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one found dead instead of him. Ah ha ha, what a pathetic performance. Ha 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 ha, I'm not giving you one. Oh, you two really know how to laugh at it in appropriate times. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But Damas II didn't have a single weapon on his body. He injured himself. Hold on, it's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon. You hid it? I'm sorry, but as you know, the murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. I can let it become public, seeing how I am an ambassador. This is a weapon you seek in my special bonsai trimming shears. Ugh, it's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly during our struggle. But that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense. Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? No, since he has both the wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so. No, I think he caused it himself. No way. Oh, which reminds me, I guess there's still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge of what was going on. Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you. The murder of Damas II was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes his crime alive. Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there's one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten. And what is that? Diplomatic immunity, bitch. That's what you mean. That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Albahastian soil. So any trial that's to be held will be held in Albahast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts. Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment people who have confessed to their crime, that's the court's job. We can extradite. That's what extradition is for. Though actually, they probably don't have extradition rights. God fucking damn it. I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand a trial in one of your courts. Arrogance and your expression. There's nothing like the face of someone who is already ready to accept their consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eaten right out of your hands. These crimes you all speak so seriously of, to me this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Albahast has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you'd accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game. These two layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to the court. Yep. You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. So nothing we can do. We're fucked. Shit's fucked, dude. All we can hope is that since he committed crimes in other soil, that we can extradite him. But the fact that he's an ambassador, I don't know if they have a president or anything to be like, oh yeah, get him out. He can be charged in that court. It's possible. Slim, but possible.